Welcome all to the weekly outlook. Boone here from EWPRO. So we'll look at DAX. DXY. Just get my pen. So, like I've been saying, we got this WXY. I'm looking for this X2 before we get that Z down. This B wave here can break the low, so we have to be very careful before you get into the buy for this C wave. So if we go down to H4, I was thinking we'd go from here. We broke this top here, and I was thinking, okay, we'll get a little flag in here and we'll go from here. But we've broken the low in this wave down, and we've lost that bullish divergence. So technically you can look for the sell. It'll only be a scalp. And then you look for that buy, wait for the trend line break, little flag or correction before you get that C up. It's not really giving any setups at all. Now that we've lost that bullish divergence, it's going to be a bit more difficult to trade. H1, we're not really getting any setup here. We have bear hidden here. So we've got bear hidden here. So more than likely this will go break the low, give us that bullish divergence in here, and then we get that move up, impulse up, bull flag or correction, and then we go. So I'd be more inclined to take this than just try and scalp the sells. We don't have a buy set up on it at the moment, but I'm more inclined to only look for those buys because we're going to have to get this C up. I do think that we will get this C up wherever this B wave ends. So like I said, wait for this trend line break. So we'll probably get another one down, wait for the trend line break, correction or flag, and then look for that buy. And we will be targeting this 100 fib. Sorry, got the wrong one on now. But yeah, we'll be targeting the 100 fib wherever this one ends. 100 fibs up here, so eventually we will get that C up, but it may break this low first. Could be very choppy breaking the low. That's why I say you're better off to wait for the trend line break, flag, correction, and then look for the buy. So AU, I put this idea out on TradingView on Friday. I was looking for this A, B, C. It didn't give it. It gave us this sharp move down. I am still, well, I got in a trade down here, in a buy down here. And then I added, and I've got my stop loss just under this low. I'm still in this buy, but more than likely Monday I will just take it off a break even. I still think that this is a correction. It's just become a larger, more complex B wave. So we get A, B, C down, and then we get that C up. So still look for that buy. Yeah, so still look for that buy. You get a little flag in here. Look for the buy. Yeah. If you got in this trade and you got stopped out, yeah, well, you would have had to take a small hit here. I don't know, 30 pips or something. Yeah. My stop loss wasn't triggered. Must have missed it by about a pip. Well, 0.1 of a pip or something. But yeah, so Monday I'll more than likely will get out and I'll wait for a little flag in there and give it another go. EU H4. We're at this 100 fib. There's no bearish divergence, so this can keep on continuing up to the 161.8 before we get another correction around here, before we get the Z up. At this stage, there's no real setup on it. I was more inclined to look for the sells because we were around this 100 fib last week and I was looking for the sells. We do have ball hidden here, so more than likely this top will get broken. If you get a little flag in here, you can look for that buy to go and break this top. You're going to have to be careful because then we will get that bearish divergence at the break of this top. GU, very messy. H1, well, if I go to H4, I'm looking at all this, whatever's happening in here as a B wave, as this B wave here. So I'm not really looking for buys. We go into the H1, we do have ball hidden here. So more than likely, you can draw a trend line. If you get a break of that trend line, a little flag, look for the buy to go and break that top. Definitely want to be at break even at the break of that top. And yeah, look for the A, B, C. Target the 100 fib. Ultimate target the 100 fib. You may not make it to the 100 fib, so you just have to monitor it. Definitely be at break even at the break of that top, because you will be getting that bullish divergence in. Bearish divergence, sorry. You'll be getting that bearish divergence. NU, last week I said this is looking good for a sell. It continued on, went quite high. It did give that A, B, C down. So if you did get in this, you would have done all right out of it. But it actually turned into a correction, not a flag. But if you got an entry, all good. We've got to bounce off the trend line, and we're taking off again now. The H4, I still think we're in this B wave. Again, we're in a B wave. I think we've lost our divergence. Yeah, we have lost the divergence. So you can scalp the buys, but they're only going to be scalps. I'm more interested in the C down. More interested in this. Another impulse down like this, wherever this B wave ends. So I'm more interested in the sells because this is too choppy. I mean, this can be a flat in here, you know. Some sort of a flat in there. A, B, and we're getting a C up to finish off this B wave. There is no sell setup on it. This is looking like a little flat in here as well. Oops. To go and break this top. We didn't get the cross down, so it is risky because it may just break this top and then give a larger correction for an A, an A, B, and then the C. So you'd have to be careful buying this I'd wait for this larger correction if I was looking for the buy. It's getting very dangerous now because we're in these B waves, so you have to be very careful. UI, we got this nice sell set up here on the H1. The daily, like I said last week, I don't like this, and I pretty much can't trade it because we didn't get this cross here. We didn't get no cross here, and I am looking at it as an A, B, C for an X wave to at least go and break this low. And it can actually go and break this low as well because we do have that bear hidden there between the two tops up here. So yeah, you can look for the sells. Definitely want to be at break even at the break of this low because we're going to get a lot of excuse me, a lot of internal divergence then, like in here. So eventually this will shoot up. H4, you're getting another little flag in here. It's not quite ready yet, but there's no bullish divergence, so you can definitely look for the sells. H1, you could have. Yeah, you had no bear hidden here, so quite a risky flag. It's not looking like it's complete, so I dare say we'll get something like an A, B, C, A, B, C, and then we get that larger A, B, C before we get this nice impulse down. Another impulse down like this, because we don't have that bullish divergence. So more than likely we will get a correction a similar size to this here, okay, before it's ready to go. There really isn't a setup on it. You can't really buy it or sell it at the moment. I'd be waiting for the larger correction, but wait for this in here, then look for the sell. USDJPY, I hope goes and breaks this low now. We do have bear hidden here, so I dare say I would really like this. I can't buy until this low is broken now, but once this low is broken, definitely start looking for your longer term buys. We will get this we will get this internal C up here. Well, actually, this is the Z down, so really need it to break this low. Here's your targets here, the 123.6 and the 161.8. Really need it to break this low, and then definitely want to look for the buys. This should be a really nice trade. We should get something at least like this up, this one here. Should at least get something like this. Another impulse, and that's what we don't want to miss. I mean, yeah, to take the sells down here, it's pretty crazy. Unless you're scalping on the really low time frames, it's pretty much a waste of time. You did get a nice setup in here. I was looking for the buys last week because we still, like I've been saying for the last couple of weeks, I can't look for sells until this is broken. Now, didn't get broken last week. It only got broken, well, the week before when I've done the weekly outlook, it hadn't been broken yet, so I could only look for buys. There was a little flat in here that didn't go. That was a break-even trade, and then it fell over. So if you get a little flag or correction in here, you can look for that sell, but you definitely have to be at break-even when this low gets broken, because more than likely it's just going to break this low and then shoot up. And if you don't have a stop loss, wherever you put your stop loss, you're going to get, you know, it's going to be an account killer. GY. So I'm looking at all as a correction. All this is a correction because it's so choppy. I don't think it's ready yet for that C up. H1. See, I was looking for this. I was looking for the A, B, C in the B wave. So then we get that A, B, C. It didn't go, become more complex. So now we have to look at it as we got a flat in here, A, B, C, A, B, C, and then we get some sort of a A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. So this can become, like, all the GBP pairs have been really choppy, really difficult to trade. There's so many different structures that could happen in here now. Very difficult to trade. We got the US elections, we got the Brexit still going on. No. But at this stage, I'd look for, if you're going to trade this, I'd look for this as an A, B, C as a running flat. So then you get that A, B, C. More than likely, we'll only just break that top and then fall over. So, you know, you really have to be on your game if you're trading the GBP pairs. Definitely not newbies trading the GBP pairs at the moment. Gold I'm looking at. This was all very choppy. I was looking for that last week, that move up as the B wave, and then we get this C down. We did get a flag in here. I took this in here, and it actually turned into a break-even trade because I got taken out. It come back up, took me out at break-even. It didn't quite break this low, but I moved it to break-even, you know, because it nearly broke that low, and I got taken out at break-even. May become more complex in here yet. We'll have to see. Go to the M15, see if there's anything. I don't think there really is. See, we never broke this low. I don't think we broke this low. On my platform with Axie Trader, I didn't actually break this low. Looks like on FXCM, it did actually break this low, only just. So that can be the impulse down. And it does definitely look impulsive. And so you could actually start looking for the buys. If you get a little flag in here, look for that buy for a more complex correction. It's so risky because on the daily we're at the top. If we look at the weekly, like I said last week or whatever, we're going to be we're going to be in this, and this is a couple of years move. So we're going to be in here for a couple of years, and then we get that Z up. So it is going to be tough trading gold. You definitely can trade it on the lower time frames because this is a weekly structure. We will be getting a weekly structure here, but it's gonna be choppy. We're in a large correction, so it's going to be choppy. Yeah, so are really looking for that. We got the C down. We had that bullish divergence, and then, but this looks so corrective, you know, all this looks so corrective. So we may just get that drop down here, then another one up before it goes. So we may get this down for an A, B, C. Then we get that A, B, C, and then fall over. You know, we may get another correction the same size as this here for a W, X, Y, X, and Z sort of thing. You know, very hard to know. All we can do is look at the price action, and this is just way too choppy to be impulsive. This is impulsive. This is corrective. So you have to be on your game if you're going to trade this and look for the buys. Now that this has broken the low there on M15, you could look for that little buy in here. You're getting a little flag in here. You could look to scalp that if you wanted to. But yeah, it's going to be difficult to trade. I'd be more inclined to wait. I'll take this one off. And so we do get another little move down in here. Then a move up, something like this, A, B, C. Wait for that trend line break, flag correction, and then look for the sell. That's the safest way to trade it. Unless you get this C up, little flag up here or something on the lower time frames, well, then you look to sell up there. WTI, very messy again. I was looking for this up here for the B wave. It never happened. This is our impulse here. Then we got an impulse, correction, impulse. Then we got an impulse, correction, impulse. So now it's become, because this structure here didn't play out, it becomes difficult because now it can become quite a few different structures. This was looking good. This was a nice trade down because this was, you know, definitely a B wave. We can see that it's a B wave. Then we got that. So then we get this A, B, C, but it never gave that C up for the B wave. So now it's become difficult. We did break this low here. So even if we look at it as an A, B, C, some sort of an A, B, C, go and break this low. Then once this low over here has been broken, I definitely would start to look for the buys. Start to look for the buys on this then. Yeah. So we have a trend here. Once this low's broken over here, just has to come down a little bit more, give you a trend line break, little flag correction, and then definitely look for that buy, because that'd be the A, B, C. That. This is the trade we don't want to miss. This one here. You're missing all this, no big deal. This is the one you don't want to miss. This was a perfect trade down here. That was really nice. But now it's become a little bit more complex. So you just have to watch out. Wait for this to be broken. And then look for your buy setup. I'd be only looking for buys at this stage. Bitcoin took off. We had this here last week, and I was saying that this is more than likely internal because this here is nowhere near the same size as that. So I was okay, so I was looking at this WXY, and I had a question mark on that because this correction wasn't large enough. So that's why I was saying that this is internal. If this is internal, the wave Y is up here. And I think it is internal. Actually, I'm on the wrong time frame. Page 4 I'm after. Yeah, so we've got that WXY up. So now all we need to do is wait for a correction similar size to this over here before we get that Z up, then fall over. I put out an idea months and months and months ago when we were down here somewhere. I was looking for this top here to be broken. Now, when I was looking for this top to be broken, this top here, I was expecting like this A, B, C to go and break the top, but it's just given us one big move up, and more than likely it will break that top. You definitely have to be careful once that top's been broken, because then I dare say once this top over here has been broken, we'll get this larger correction in here before we get more upside. If you got in this buy last week, you've done really well. I was saying that, you know, you definitely want to be a break even at the top here, at the break of this top, because then we'd be getting that bearish divergence. But we didn't get, there's no bearish divergence. We've lost all the bearish divergence. So, you know, if you do, it's very risky to be buying up here. But you still can scalp because we don't have any bearish divergence, so you still can scalp. But me personally, I would be waiting for the larger correction. If I get this, so we're looking for something like this over here before we get the move up. So it's got a couple of weeks in it, a couple of more weeks in it before it would be ready to go to give you that Z up. If you're looking to trade this in here, it's going to be very risky because you're in that correction. We should be starting to get to that correction. This has gone way past the 161.8. It's probably up around the 200. Yeah, so it's bounced off the 200 up here. So we should be getting that larger correction. If you're going to scalp in the correction, you have to be careful. SPX only looking for the buys now because we got A, B, C. This may not be over in here, but definitely want to. I've been waiting for this 50 fib retrace. Like I've been saying for quite some time, I'm looking for that 50 fib retrace. We go down on the H1, we may get that because this is all looking like. So we got an A, B, get that C up, and then we get that larger A, B, C for the B wave. Then look for that buy. All this is looking very corrective. So you can scalp that C down if you get a sell set up, and then you definitely want to look for that buy. I don't think it'll go from, it's just, it can. We do have bullish divergence and all that. I actually got a trade on this on Friday, yesterday. I was looking at this, got the break, and then it just started to do this. So ended up break even trade for me. Because I was looking for that A, B, C up before getting that, then I'd look for that sell. But yeah, it's giving a larger structure here. So we're getting some sort of expanding triangle sort of a pattern. Well, it's not really a triangle because this one here didn't break above for the expanding triangle. So it's more like an A, B, C, A, B, C. So then if you get that little flag in here, look for that sell. Look for the buy, sorry, not the sell, the buy. You could look for that buy up to the 100 fib here. And then you're going to have to be careful once you get to that 100 fib because we may get a larger C down. The DAX, we've broken out of the trend line. Let's go to the H4. Last week, I think I was looking for the buy. Where were we last week? In here. Might have been in here looking for that buy. Didn't go. This is looking like a flat. I wouldn't be surprised if this is an A, B, C in here before we get an A, B, C. So you'd have to be careful in here. You definitely would want to wait for a nice setup to buy. Yeah, see, this is quite sharp in here. Got an A, B, C, and then before you get that A, B, C. So you'll have to be patient waiting for this. But yeah, you could look for that buy and then look for the sell again too, because like I said, this can be a flat here. Maybe a running, or it could be expanding. We don't know. But if you get a little, we have broken the M30 trend line. We would have broken the trend line, and we're getting this little correction in here. So yeah, look for that buy, but you're going to have to be careful. Move it to break even, and yeah, then wait for that trend line break, flag before looking for the sell. If it turns into this flat, like it's looking like a flat, running flat. So yeah, you'll have to be careful of that. So that's about it this week. It's going to be quite difficult to trade the next few weeks. We got that the US elections are going on, and we're still dealing with this Brexit. So the GBP pairs are really going to be difficult to trade. So yeah, trade safe and take care, and I'll see you out there next week. Enjoy.